talking about any other rank, but we are focusing on a single digit rank. So first of all, can I have a quick yes about how many of you are super ready and excited for it? Like how many of you belong to the category who are looking forward to have a single digit rank? How many of you are like looking forward to have a single digit rank? That's important, guys, because this is not a qualification video. This is not a NIT video. This is like under 100, single digit rank, double digit rank max. Okay. So why I am telling you all that? Because friends, I have secured All India rank 60 in my very first attempt, and I did a preparation which was less than 7 months. So you have a good amount of time. So you can definitely grab way better rank than All India rank 60. Okay. Chalo. So let's discuss what is the blueprint. Okay. So first of all, you have to have a master schedule. Okay. Like this is a non-negotiable. If you want to secure a great rank, schedule is a must. You cannot compromise on that. Okay. It is something which you need to have no matter what. So divide the remaining time into different phases. Okay. You need to divide the time into phases. So let's say you are left with 7 months, because July till Feb first week, let's say your exam is there. So July to Jan. Okay. So you need to divide it into, let's say, phase three phases. Okay. Again, this is just an idea. You can modify it as per your own comfort. Okay. But if you don't have anything, if you don't have any plan, then I would definitely suggest you to follow this. Okay. So what you have to do is, the phase 1 is all about finishing the entire syllabus with concepts clarity. We need to finish the entire syllabus. We need to finish the entire syllabus and get some clarity on the concepts. Why so? Because if we are clear with the concepts, guys, if we are clear with the concepts, okay, then we will be able to solve any given question, not the other way around. If you have solved one question, that doesn't mean that the concept is clear. But if the concept is clear, then you can solve hundreds or thousands of questions on that, because the value can keep changing. Okay. So the first and the most important phase is to have a very, very good foundation, very, very good clarity on the concepts. The second phase is intensive revision and mock tests. Okay. So you need to have a very, very good amount of practice. Okay. Because no matter how many concepts you are clear with, okay, if you have not revised them, or if you have not solved questions using them, then you will not gain confidence, because ultimately you are not preparing for college exam, you are preparing for GATE exam, and GATE exam validates your problem solving skills. Okay. And the third phase is to final polish, which is focus on high weight topics, weak areas, and full length mock tests. Okay. You need to focus on the full length mock test, because that's what will prepare you to face for the actual exam pressure. Okay. So in short, allocate daily slots for core subjects and math and general aptitude, revision, and mock tests. Okay. So you need to divide your time into all these segments, because all these segments are equally important. Okay. Let's proceed. So now understand syllabus and start strong. So I'm assuming that you all are way above. Okay. I am assuming that you are way above what the level is. Someone is saying, sir, मैंने आपसे algorithms पढ़ा था. I would like to say thank you for teaching of your whole heart, teaching with your whole heart. Okay, so let me translate. So someone is saying, sir, I have studied algorithms from you in the paid batch, and I would like to thank you with my whole heart. Sorry, I will thank you for teaching with your whole heart. Okay, so that means a lot. Thank you so much. And friends, you can also check out our paid classes. They are the best available out there. I guarantee you. Okay. Chalo. So focus on the syllabus, and you need to start very, very strong. What does that mean? Deeply analyze your specific GATE syllabus. Okay. Know which topics carry the most weight and frequently appearing in exams. Why I'm saying so? Because guys, it is a very well-known fact that before preparing for the exam, you need to prepare for the exam. Okay. Before preparing for the subjects of the exam, you need to prepare the syllabus of the exam. That means before starting with the GATE preparation, you should be very clear with what is important, what is not important, what is the scope of the GATE syllabus, which subjects are there, which are not there. so that you can plan things as per the availability. Okay. Now begin with mathematics and general aptitude as they contribute 30 to 40% of total marks. This builds confidence and high scoring potential. Okay, so this is a very obvious reason. This is a very obvious reason for preparing with aptitude and maths. But can someone tell me another valid reason? Can someone tell me another valid reason on the chat? Like, is there any other valid reason to prepare for algorithms? Sorry, for prepare for aptitude and maths? Come on, that's a very, very obvious reason. So if you have seen the GATE syllabus, okay, even though aptitude is carrying 15 marks and maths is carrying almost 15 marks, but let me tell you that almost 50% of the GATE is all about maths and aptitude, because ultimately GATE is a aptitude based exam. So at every stage, at every question, they are checking your aptitude. They are checking your thinking ability. Okay. So that's why you need to have a good hold over aptitude, because if the aptitude is strong, then you will be able to solve almost every question very easily. So algorithm lecture is very good, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Your teaching is very good. Sir, give me the revision plan in algorithm. Okay. Yeah, sure, sure. I'll give you the plan. Okay, let me load the comments. Give me a second. Yeah, so I can now see the comments. Cool. Okay. Now let's go ahead. So quality study, material and resources. Now guys, I'll be very honest with you. There are thousands of materials out there. Okay. But if you want that, sir, I don't want the headache to figure out what to study from where. We are one-stop solution. There are many, but I take the full guarantee of the quality that we provide, because every faculty is the best in class. Okay, so you can definitely check out our affordable courses. Okay, and you can be a part of the community. But again, there is no such force. If you want to join any other place, it's totally fine, but just make sure that you join the right place and you make the best out of it. Okay, so talking about that, use standard textbooks plus reliable gate preparation books. Now, although it is mandatory for me to tell you the textbook part, but let me be very honest with you, it is not needed if if you are preparing from the right place, if you are preparing from the right institution, if you are joined the right coaching. Okay, because honestly, guys, it is not practically feasible to study from the books. How many of you would agree with me on that? Can I have a quick yes or no? Do you agree with me that it is not feasible to study from books? If you study from the books, guys, if you study from the books, you might spend 3 months studying one subject, but still you will think that you have not understood enough. Because GATE is not just about knowledge, it is about problem solving. So you need to study the subject so that you can solve the questions on it. That is the mandatory requirement for GATE exam. Okay, so please plan accordingly. Complement with video lectures from platforms like PW to reinforce concepts without monotonous reading. As I told you, okay, GATE is not just about knowledge. So you need to have the right strategy. You need to learn the concept the right way so that ultimately you can solve questions on it. Okay, so that's why you need to study the GATE in the best way possible. Okay, so you can join a resource like PW, okay, to enhance your learning, to reinforce your learning. Okay, chalo. Concept mastery plus problem practice. Now, as I told you, once the concepts are strong, then we are ready. Then we are ready to move ahead to the problem practice, because problems can be solved if concepts are clear. If problems are clear, concepts might not be strong. Okay, okay, please understand that. So you have to approach anything via concepts. First, concepts should be clear, and then questions you should jump upon. Okay. So understand concepts deeply, then follow up with the topic wise practice. Okay. So first, get a very good idea about the concept as much as possible. as much as possible. Okay, just read everything possible on that concept from the GATE syllabus perspective. Okay, and again, as I said, for that you need to follow a reliable resource so that you know what is the scope. Sometimes we end up studying too much about a topic which is not that important, right? So you need to have a good balance. Okay, yeah. So for each topic, study fundamentals, study the basic elements of that subject. Okay, do solve examples. Okay, so you need to practice good amount of examples on it and attempt practice problems plus previous year questions. So this can be like your DPP, your weekly test, anything, and then you have to solve some previous year questions, okay, to gain confidence over that topic. Because ultimately, unless and until you don't solve previous year questions, you will not get the confidence that whether you have covered that topic from the GATE level or not. Okay, how many of you agree that it is very, very important? It is very, very important to solve previous year questions. Can I have a quick yes on the chat? Do you all agree that previous year questions are a must? Previous year questions are a must. Okay, previous year questions are non-negotiable. Okay, I'll talk about myself, guys. I'll talk about myself. I have solved every previous year questions 3 times. I have solved every previous year questions 3 times. So there is this much broad previous year questions book. Okay, I've solved that entire book 3 times during my course of the preparation because I know how important it is to solve previous year questions. Okay. Hmm. So maintain short notes, formula sheets for quick reference. So remember that you are studying so many subjects for the GATE exam. Okay, and it will not be practically feasible for you to revise everything quickly. Okay, it will not be feasible to revise something faster, to revise something quickly. Okay, but you need to prepare in the shortest amount of time because there will be a situation where you will have GATE exam after a week and you will have to revise so many different subjects. You will have to revise so many different subjects, around 10 subjects. So unless and until you don't have content available in the short material, like either short notes or formulas, so it will become very complicated to do revision. And if revision is not there, then it will be very complicated to remember the concepts in the actual exam. Okay. So again, that's why it is very important for you to have short notes or the formula available for the GATE perspective. Okay. Sure. Mock test and previous year questions are the game changers. Okay. Like, do I need to tell you the importance of this? Do I need to tell you the importance of this, dosto? Okay. So begin with the topic wise previous year questions regularly. How many of you have this book? How many of you have this book where the previous year questions are given topic wise? We also provide one such book. We also provide with one such book. You can check it out. Okay. And we also have a scanner in which you can scan and you will get the solution, the video solution from the faculty members. Like, what can be better than that? Okay. So you can purchase that book. It's very, very affordable. And you will have the topic wise questions, all the previous year questions divided into topic. Okay. So after syllabus coverage, take full length mock test and analyze performance meticulously. Okay. Because as I told you, ultimate aim is to crack the GATE exam. It is not just to consume knowledge. So you need to convert your knowledge into GATE level exam solving, GATE level question solving. Okay. And for that, you need to have topic wise tests, subject wise tests, and full length test. Okay. All the tests are designed to train you to be able to solve GATE level questions. Okay. Stop recurring mistakes. So in the last 2 months, focus on mock and previous year exams. Okay. Like no matter what happens, no matter how much concepts are done, you need to have a deadline. Okay, after this much time, I will not consume anything new. Like for me, it was mid-December. I had a very strict deadline. After mid-December, for around 45 to 50 days, I will not study anything new. My GATE exam was on 3rd Feb 2019. Okay, I still remember the date, 3rd Feb 2019. Okay, and that was my very first attempt. So I was very nervous. I was very scared, right? So that's why I made sure that no matter what happens, 15th December is the last day to study any backlog. And that deadline was very important. Otherwise, you will keep delaying. You will keep delaying ki yaar, I will cover this, I will cover this. Does it happen with you guys? Does it happen with you? You just don't want to face a particular topic. You keep delaying it. You keep delaying it. Okay, I will study, I will study, I will study. Right? Right. But guys, after my GATE rank, I went to IIT Bombay to pursue my masters. Okay, and there my batchmates were all mostly under 100 rankers, right? And I saw this one thing in common, that they do the toughest thing first. Okay, they face their fears as soon as possible before they become very large. So if they are scared of something, they will do it. They will do it as soon as possible, because as it is very well known fact that the fears that we don't face becomes our limitation. Have you heard of this quote? The fears that we don't face becomes our limitation. Okay, so that is why we need to focus. That is why we need to focus on previous year questions. Okay. Spot recurring mistakes. So in the last 2 months, as I told you, it's all about previous year questions and mock tests, so that you know, okay, this is how I will attempt the GATE exam. Okay, this is how I will plan my time. Okay, time management is the key, because the questions will be different, everything will be different, but only the time will remain the same. Okay, so time management you need to practice. Now revision strategy. Okay, so as you know, I need not tell you that revision is one of the most important part of any preparation, not just GATE exam. Okay, so plan cycle revisions every 15-20 days. So 15-20 days might not look feasible to you, but the whole point is you need to keep rotating the subjects. If you think, okay, sir, I will study one subject in June and then I will directly study it in January, then when you will study that subject back in January, it will look like very new to you. Okay, you will think that as if you are studying it for the very first time. Okay, so please don't do that. Please plan some quick revisions, some frequent revisions. Okay. Use short notes and error logs for quick recall. Okay, you need to use short notes and error logs. What I mean by that? So I tried doing this, but I didn't had much time. But many toppers maintain a book of all the mistakes, because it is equally important to know your mistakes than to know what to do right. You need to avoid what to do wrong as well, right? So you need to avoid making the mistakes again and again. So you maintain a log. You maintain a book with all the mistakes that you keep doing. Okay. So that's why maintain a log of all the books, log of all the mistakes that you do, so that you can avoid doing them again and again. Okay. Prioritize high weight and high error areas during final month. Okay, you need to prioritize high weight and high error areas. Why I mean by that? Because once you are confident about a certain topic, okay, you need to take out some time to revise those topics which you have studied, but you are making frequent errors, because these are some things which you need to avoid during the actual GATE exam. Okay, So this plays a very important role. Chaliye. Time management and smart attempting. So during test, start with high confidence questions in math, general aptitude. Again, there is no correct rule. Okay, you should do whatever you are most comfortable with. Like I have a detailed video on YouTube where I have shared my gate attempt strategy. You can watch that. Okay, in which I have shared a two-pass approach. That's the exact same strategy using which I have solved my gate paper. It's very famous. You can check it out. Okay, but whatever you are comfortable with, you don't have to forcefully follow my schedule. Okay, my pattern. Okay, leave tricky ones for later, ensuring no time traps. But this is something you should definitely do. If you think that this question is very tricky or this will consume a lot of time, then better to prioritize it to be done later. Okay, please delay that question, because confidence comes when you see that you have solved a good quantity of question. Okay, that gives a lot more confidence when you know that you have solved a good quantity of questions. Okay, so don't get stuck. In fact, I would suggest you have a per question limit. I will not spend more than this much time per question, like that. Okay, and maintain an exam day strategy. Don't attempt completely new topics late in prep. Okay, so as I told you, okay, you need to have a strategy and follow that while giving every mock test. Okay, when you are attempting mock test, you need to follow that strategy so that you can plan. Okay, you can plan something. Okay, you can plan something. You are not unknown on the day of the exam. Okay, so you need to have something prepared. Okay, chaliye. Healthy mindset. Okay, so maintain physical fitness and light exercise, balanced diet and sufficient sleep. So see, skipping your sleep is fine now, but it is not a good strategy during the exam month. Okay, during the month of the exam or week of the exam, don't skip your sleep. In fact, sleep more, because now 2 hours of preparation are not going to change anything, but 2 hours of sleep will change the mindset. Okay. Practice stress control techniques like deep breathing, short breaks, and staying connected with supportive peers. So your family, friends, okay, whoever are bringing positivity to your life, please stay connected to them for mental support. Okay, and keep a positive focused mindset throughout. Okay, because this mindset is going to help you crack the gate exam. Gate exam is not just about knowledge. Many people have knowledge, but you need to have the right attitude. Along with aptitude, you need to have the right attitude to crack the gate exam. Please remember that. Okay, surely. So some final remarks, guys. Some final remarks. You need to focus on weak areas. So maintain a tracker or log for common mistakes, as I told you, because not just what is right, you need to focus on what is wrong as well. Okay, that's also important. And allocate specific slots each week to revisit these weak spots until corrected. So you say, right, कि sir बहुत सारी silly mistakes हो रही है. So there are many silly mistakes. So the only way to avoid silly mistakes is to repeat them, to repeat the correct thing, so that the silly mistakes can be avoided. Okay, so that's the simplest strategy. With this, my dear friends, I would like to thank you so much. Okay, I shared all the possible strategy that I wanted to discuss. Again, for the detailed attempt video, how to attempt the gate paper, you can watch the past videos in which I have shared my strategy. Okay, so this is linked to the Telegram community for the official GateWallah channel. Okay, this is for CS and IT. You can be a part of it. And this is my official Telegram community. Okay, please join this. Please be a part of it. Okay, it's completely for free. Okay, and if you are from other branches like civil, you can be part of this, chemical, CSDA, mechanical, and ECE or electrical. Okay, so if you want, you can be a part of the specific communities. This is our official GateWallah community for combined branch, and this is the English specific. So you can be a part of this for the English speaking audience. We keep updating you with whatever we plan for you. Okay. So that's it from my guys. That's it from my side, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. Algo plan. See, for Algo plan, please join the course. In that, I discuss it in very detail. But my simple plan would be here, just solve previous year questions. That's the most important part. That would be the one line simple answer. Okay. Any other query that I missed? 2025 wala paid batch. See, I would suggest कि please enroll to the latest batch because everything gets updated, right? We also try to incorporate some new trends into the gate preparation. Okay, the test series gets improvised a lot depending on what has been asked in the previous exams. Okay, so everything gets leveled up. So I would suggest you to take the latest gate batch if possible. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's it, guys. That's it. That's it. I think that's more than sufficient. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Please do let me know in the comment section about what is your major learning from this session and what are the steps that you are going to plan, and share your experience with us on the comments. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. Take care. Goodbye. My name is Aditya Jain and I wish you a great success.